Welcome back, everybody. This is Joseph R. Wheeler III, the artist, the founder, the president of the Onyx Con Foundation, welcoming you to another episode of Onyx Con Outdoors Worldwide. You see the cam. You see the cam. You know what time it is. Let's hike. Let's go. All right, y'all. I've made it to what looks like a good spot. I'm familiar with this spot, but everything changes every time it rains, quite frankly, because you lose soil, some of the clay gets washed away, other areas get compromised, it changes the landscape. But as you can see, there's a nice little slope here. And because the sun is hitting direct on this area, it's dry enough that you can see there's some footprints of a dog or a deer that went, let me see, is that a deer or a dog? That's a deer, actually. Yeah, I see the hoof print. So a deer had enough stabilization to come through here, get them some water, and then be out. But you can see when they came up the hill right here, from their push away, every time they made a step, that's dry enough for me to stand on. So that's what I'm looking at to know, okay, that's safe enough for me to get my boots in. I ain't gonna have to worry about slipping so easily. Now, down further close to the water, that's still an issue because it's such a slope. But it is a good landing pad. And depending on how big a monster I were to catch, I could sit down, scooch down to it, get my clamp in the mouth and pull it back up. I'll be a muddy mess, but I'll get the fish and I won't go in with it. That's the main objective, not to go into the damn water, okay? Also, there's a little bit of less current, like maybe 3 feet right in front of the shoreline. Other than that, it's all kind of full, slow throttle. It's not super fast, but it's fast enough that you'll have to contend with that a little bit. But this might be the one. I'm gonna go to one more spot, and if I don't like what I see there, I'm coming back here. Okay, y'all, at my other spot, and as you can see, it is a danger pit. I mean, there's really no way up out of this thing. So there's no way in hell I'm getting down there. Plus, you see this crack right here? Yeah, that would be yours truly. I ain't going out like that. All of this used to be stable land. You see the root systems that used to hold it in place, but from constant washing with rain, it has generally collapsed. And even where I'm walking right now, I'm being extremely cautious and leaning so I can jump back, because it will collapse if it's moist in the middle. But yeah, it's a legendary spot of mine that I'm just gonna have to wait a few more rains, and hopefully what has broke down will become more solid on a good sunny day, and then you'll have somewhere to climb up to, because otherwise there's gonna be no way to get down there. But if it were solid, that'd be perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect. So the hunt for the perfect spot continues. I'm on familiar areas. I've been through all of this before, and I pretty much know, even with the washaway areas, what is to the side of me that's still not fishable versus what might be. All right, y'all, welcome to the machete moment. Yeah, the machete moment, y'all. It's one of the moments where you need your machete, so get strapped up out here. Properly so. You know. It's time for a new one, too. I'm going to get me a fresh one this year. But what I'm going to do, put a couple of bamboo down here in my walking path. That'll be my first stepping area. And the goal is that, just give yourself a little bit of traction under your feet with your boots, because otherwise, I don't care how good the grip, they're going to slip on this mud. This mud ain't no game. I got experience with this mud. I like to walk sideways. See how my foot is? That's how you generally want to come. Oh, ooh, that is so slick. You know what? It may not even be worth the drive. It's already about to slip me and slide me. Like, yeah, you sure? You sure you want to come on through here? Golly, y'all. I don't know. This might not be the move still, y'all. Because I did not want to get super muddy. I don't mind getting a little mud. I got a towel in my car for the way back, but I just don't want to have to sit on the towel and look like I boo-booed on myself, you know? I just don't want to do it if I don't have to, you know? I've been in the mud before, that's all I'm saying. Ain't nothing new to that, but still, it's not my preference. You know what I'm gonna try and do? I'm gonna get my gear right here where I can grab it. And I am going to get down there first and then pull everything down to me. You're gonna be the sacrifice. I'm gonna let you stay right there. Even though I know you're gonna fall, ain't you? Of course I am. I'm gonna fall. As sure as I said it, I'm gonna fall. Here we go. It's down so you don't fall. There we go. Prop it in like that. You gotta get crafty out here, y'all. You gotta get crafty. You're gonna live this life. Now, this is when you... Machete is one of the ultimate tools to always have. It is a true survival tool. Not just a weapon. All right. I'm easing myself. See what I'm saying? That thing's slipping. As soon as I put pressure on my foot. But I would have been all in the mud without that bamboo down. So that'll still worth what I was doing. Now, let's see how it feels over here. Okay, it's what I thought it would be. Show y'all my footprints. See what I'm saying? Yeah, it's standable, but it's hella moist. Hella moist. Oh, stop it. I know what y'all want to say. That's what she said. Yeah, I know. That's what she told me. Anyway, that's what I'm a double star said. That's what she told me. Yeah, how about that? Okay, so we got raccoon tracks. Raccoon been over here. We got probably a big beaver. Yeah, those ones look like straight up hands. I'm gonna say that's like a big beaver. Yeah, it's been a little party over here. The crew done come through, the squad, and deer. And deer track right there. Boy, this was the area right here. Ooh, that's hella moist. You got water coming through the dirt. Oh my God. Yeah, buddy. Okay, what was that fell in the water? Did y'all hear what I heard? A gigantic turtle hanging out over there on that tree, I think. So with all of this cover, you got a dead tree right here. You got plenty of reasons why fish might be hanging here. In addition to the tree limbs can block some of the current, give them a little bit more stability if they want to wade in the water and wait for something to eat versus trying to swim against the current, which most fish don't like the feeling. I mean, they'll do it, but it's not their preference. They like to exert less energy so that they can save that energy for attacking prey. All right. I think what I'm gonna do, because what's gonna happen is, if I get the beast that I'm thinking I might get, it's always possible, I'm gonna have to get muddy behind over here. But I got a thing that I use for a really big fish. It's an old pillowcase that I use to cradle them and strap at the top of my weight so I can weigh them, my scale. And that's my new way of doing it for real big ones, because the less stress on the fish. For one thing, I'll end up tearing their mouth with the metal clamp if I'm using that. And I don't want to do that because it's going to be a release. You know, more than likely, if it's a really huge fish out here in the river, I'm not trying to eat it, gar or catfish. So my goal is just to get it safely on shore, get that moment for the camera, take my pictures, smooth release. So anyway, let's get set up. I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about. So, life experiences teach you things. I'm about to tether my rod and reel to this tree right here for when I do get a catch. The beauty of my favorite totems is they show up to kind of make me know I'm doing the right thing. Look at this beauty. That's a certain type of ground beetle. And being A boy to a man. I never get tired of doing this, but I'm gonna try not to stress him out too much. Look at that. Look at that. They make a little noise too if you get up close to there. Let me see. Well, he's not saying nothing. I guess he's not as stressed out as I thought he would be. That's beautiful. Okay, let's let him go. Do your thing, beauty. Oh, he started making a noise. As soon as I put him back on the tree, he cussing me out. I'm sorry. I know. I'm messing up your day. Let me get you back where you were. There you go. Hey, come on. Come on. Oh. He's like, damn humans. I can't help that I'm beautiful. That don't mean you got to check me out. But I guess you just can't help it. Yeah, it's in my nature. We want to see you. Everybody want to see you. All right, so let's get busy. We're going to tether this thing. And this right here, let me tell y'all about recycling. This was an old phone cord, but it was braided and strong. So I said, man, that's a damn rope. I'm not throwing this away. So I kept it for in-need situations such as right now. So what I'm going to do is get it situated just so. Out to there. See that? And that's going to be holding my pole in place. And the reason why, if you want to go back and look at that video, once upon a time, I lost a whole setup out here on the river. And I even had a, get my workout today. Had a sand, what do they call those things? Sand post, like you use at the beach when you're doing surf fishing. It's got the metal, and it's got a PVC pipe too for you to put the bottom of your rod in, this part here. And it was sitting up to here, y'all, okay? Of course, it wasn't this rod because I lost the rod and reel. I lost everything. Love that rod and reel too. It pissed me off. But it's sitting down in there. I started getting a bite. Got my drag loose, so I'm seeing the lines running off the spool. I'm like, oh, snap. Thinking, it's got to be a gar or catfish. This is the moment. By the time I reached for the rod, saying, yeah, okay, I need to go ahead and pull it up now and tighten up my drag, get ready for it. Because usually that's what you got time to do. You want to give it a little time to run before you pick it up and just yank. It ain't bass fishing. It's like, you don't yank on the first minute of a bite. You let the bite happen a little bit, then you go. So I'm about to grab it. As soon as I reach for it, snap, and I'm running all after it, and it hit the water, and I just saw it slide off into the water. Like, just bye-bye. Gone. Whole thing in seconds. You talking about upset, distraught, wondering what the hell just happened, the whole nine? Yeah, that was me. But what I learned from that, I had too much confidence in the device. I thought, as a matter of fact, I have it. Let me show you. I ain't got the metal part, but I got the tube. And I might still use that to prop it in with the rope around it. But this is the one that cracked. This is the one right here. It's whatever that was, broke the metal part off. The metal part goes in, it's like some little metal connections right here. You go through that hole, and there's another piece too that is gone now. But anyway, it cracked the whole thing. Actually, they're right here. There's one there, and there's one there, and then there's one on the other side for a rod that goes through to that hole. But anyway, bottom line is, it broke the whole damn thing. It broke. This is PVC, y'all. This is PVC. And the staff that was in the sand was all the way down. I'm talking about, it is a 3-foot spike that was 3 foot into the sand. Not on a wet day like today with the wet sand and the wet clay. No, we talking about a dry day. It cracked it. The pressure, because what happened was, I got to the end of the spool. It had gotten to the end. It took off that much line. And by the time I went to grab the pole, like, oh, hell no, it's about to run out of line. And I'm about to go. By the time I even reached, it cracked and flipped up in the air and went right into the damn river. All right, y'all. So it's tie time. Getting my rope ready. And I'm basically just doing a loop that can, a knot at one end and a knot at the other end. this 2-piece. I wish it were long enough that I didn't have to use both of them, but it ain't. So making it work with what I got. I'm basically just kind of rigging up a simple situation. Like if I can, I'm pulling back with all, I'm just literally leaning back with all my weight. And I'm 187 last time I checked, maybe 185. Okay. That's 6'2" for the ladies if you're curious. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. So anyway, that's how we doing it, y'all. And I'm going to have my rod like so. You feel me? So there ain't nothing going to take it in the river today, damn it. Enough of that silliness, okay? And just for support and symbolic memory, I'm gonna have this twisted in, because that way that'll be a little more stable. It ain't really gonna be, it ain't even for stability as much. I think a little piece of that PVC just cracked off on a root or something. I felt it do. But it's just a holder so the bottom of my rod don't get as muddy, because it's gonna get muddy. But you know, that's gonna be the situation with the rope around it. So let's get busy. I'm trying to put some heat on here, get some meat on here. I got some leftover frozen, the part I don't eat off a brim, because I eat fillets, period, on any fish. I pretty much stopped eating skin, and definitely never no belly meat no more, because I found out that that's where most of the contaminants can be. When people talk about all the stuff that can be in fish, this metal, that metal, whatever, and that stuff can still be in the meat, but it's way worse in the skin on most fish. Now, there are some exceptions, like, you know, salmon, trout, I might do that. But again, quality of the water, where the fish is coming from, all of that. In the river, no. You know, in some of the other places even where I fish, no. And it's not even that the water's so bad. I mean, this particular part of the Chattahoochee isn't the worst. It does have its contaminants like all of the Chattahoochee. Unfortunately, thanks to human activity, because that is not something that happens naturally. Okay? Human beings have created all the problems they complain about, if you really do the research. And everybody's not to blame, but everybody else generationally has to suffer the consequences from what people did then and now, you know. But anyway, we're gonna cut up this cut bait, chum some of it into the water. You see, I don't know if y'all can see that brim head. You know, I don't eat heads and stuff. I got the bones and tail and all that, and even gut. So the gut meat is usually what I think really brings them, because it's got a little blood and stuff in it. And if there's any gar or catfish out here that want some super old frostbitten, this is not the way I like to do them either. I usually like all my stuff to be really fresh, like within weeks, no more than a month. But hey, I have caught fish on some old bait before, some old cut bait. Another reason to have your machete, you gotta cut up your cut bait. Softened up just a little bit from the hike. Of course, it was on ice, but that temperature change from the freezer to here definitely makes a difference. And as I said, some of this, I'm gonna chum it into the water anyway. I wanna get that smell and invite everybody to the party. Oh yeah, that'll do it every time. Still smells fresh, actually. I did freeze it the day I caught it, so, you know, and I always do, so. And it's not super frostbitten. Like, you know when it's really just like no point, when the only thing that's gonna bite is some turtles, is when it get to the point where it's turning colors. Like, this still has color to it. I can see some of the color of the fish, you know. That's always good. I'm gonna save some of this for my bait. Cause mess around and get on a whole bunch of stuff, you're gonna wish you hadn't chummed it all. Now, if this was showing up summertime, I wouldn't have done it quite like this, because these little bits left on the shore will bring every fly, every yellow jacket, every hornet, every every predatory flying thing in the world will be on this shore trying to get a bite, which is why you do what I'm doing right now if you have experience and know that that's what's coming, especially if you fishing with a lady or some kids, because hell, they're gonna drive you crazy too, fellas. But you know, if you got your lady out here, she gonna be like, I know you crazy. You done brought all these damn bees over here and you expect me to stand here and fish? It's over. Date is over, you understand? So so yeah, definitely get rid of the bits. You know, and it's all about giving back anyway. That's a very ceremonial thing I just did for me. I love when I put the body pieces back because it's a full cycle of nothing goes to waste. It's not, I used to throw stuff in the trash like most people will. They just, they cut their fish, they eat that night, throw everything in the trash. No, I freeze all of my guts and everything for the most part. I mean, rare exceptions, but yeah, I'm gonna keep all that because that's bait. And even when I don't use this bait, I freeze it just because ceremonially, I like to give back. I like to take it right back to the source, put it back out here and make a meal for something. That's that original way. That's that original indigenous way all over the world. Only those who understand. Those who don't will debate it, will say every reason why that don't make no sense because they so modernized and they think everything's all about a landfill and all this human waste and garbage. That is the end of us. I'm always trying to get closer to the source. I live in a city environment, so to speak, sort of, kind of, not really. But this right here, this is the real. As long as I'm in tune with this, I'm going to be eternal. Because this is the beginning. Universe bless. All right, y'all. It's the first cast of the year, that ceremonial moment. 2024, here we go. I say that, but I'm trying to remember if I fished another time this year. Maybe I did back in December or something. Maybe. Anyway, we're not doing a super long cast. We want to keep it kind of close. And it's floating already, which tells me that current is going to keep trying to drag it away. I don't think I want that. I might put it even closer. Come on here. I know you ain't get stuck that quick, did you? Yes, you did. There's the river for you. I ain't even do the first cast and I'm already getting hung on something. There's all these tree limbs and stuff. I know that's what it is. Oh my God, it's tight too. That may have been it. May have popped the whole thing, y'all. There goes the river. Be in the river. It's official river fishing, y'all. Snap the hook right off. Gonna need a new leader. Oh well. All right, I feel good about that. I feel real good about that, actually. Give me a little bit of tighten it just. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now, here's the other thing I'm gonna do. Because I need some more bamboo. Anyway, I'm gonna leave some of it because it's over the edge of the bamboo. That's gonna be the first trigger alert. If I see that bamboo going like this, that means somebody got it and they're running with it. Then I'm gonna see my rod and reel trying to come off the tree, and I got time to get back over there and get my stuff. Okay? This must be a good spot though, because I'm seeing so many raccoon tracks. That is raccoon track number, I don't know if that's the same one, but I'm telling you, it was a party over here. You had the deer, the raccoon, the possum, the beaver. Everybody was over here. Every night they got a party going on out here. I'm trying to tell you what. It's a real deal. Okay. Let's get back to doing this. Got my assignment until it's time to get busy. And these make for really good calligraphy pens too. Somebody's saying, what? Yep, I do that too. I wear many hats, y'all. Wear many hats. Real artist, real outdoorsman. But I made some bamboo calligraphy pens. Still have them. And they're really simple. Because of the structure of bamboo and the hollow inside right there. Let me make sure that's on camera. Okay. So as long as you shape this part, and really even right there, the way I did it, a side swipe like that, you dip that in some ink, it'll work right now. You can write your name. if you know how to do calligraphy. Yep. Yep, it's perfect. And then you get yourself some, razor or a blade at home, a little whittling knife, and you can do some really beautiful work with bamboo shoots. And the way I thought to use that is simple. The way I see things is I look at everything in shape, form, texture. That's the basis for all visual art. Shape, form, texture. And you can add in light too, understanding light. But if you look at shape, forms, and textures and you see similarities, you start to realize, okay, if that has the same shape as this, technically, physically, it should be able to do the same thing that thing does when used that way, or create a certain perception. Now, one thing to mention about doing this, it's not good to even try this as it gets even warmer. If it was 80 degrees out here, I wouldn't be doing this. Why? Because the ticks would be active. It hadn't gotten that warm yet, so I'm not having as much issue with bugs. There are bugs out here, but they're not the kind I worry about as much. As you can see, I can now walk up this would-be super sliding hill with general ease. Okay, you still got to take your time. You still got to be careful, but you got a chance. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's decreasing the percentage of ass bustage. Thy might still bust thine ass, just not as frequently. With this anti-ass busting technique I am teaching you, okay? Don't try this everywhere. You might not have the same type of foliage. I don't know if areas of Mississippi, Texas, Virginia, Florida, I don't know about the rest of the South. All I know about is this Georgia thing. And unless I saw this exact type of bamboo there, hell, they might have a bamboo, but they ain't got the kind of mud. So everybody's stuff is different. So it may not work where you at. But I am showing you the possibility. Okay? Okay. All right. Like I say, it works for me. I ain't guarantee it. We're not doing guarantees. You might bust thy ass if you don't do it properly. Or if you have a difference in materials to work with, okay? This is just an idea on how you might not bust thy ass on muddy shores. As we preach from the gospel of Onyx Khan on this beautiful day, peace be unto you.